Welcome in CSBA. We are live from Allen Fieldhouse in Loris, Kansas, as the number 14 Baylor Bears visit the unranked Kansas Jayhawks. In the booth here tonight, it's your boy Aaron Hughes, and with me, the new kid on the block, Nick. How's it going tonight, Nick? Anything you're looking forward to in this one?
And I'm feeling good. I want to see high percentage tapes and good smothering defense.
That is the name of the game here. Kansas comes down with the tip-off. Figure out who this is. Moustakis here for Kansas. Gets blocked by Dime Hardaway, who comes up with it. And Hardaway going to take it on the other end. Baylor starting off here early. Nice defensive play leading the offense for the Bears.
And I think Baylor was listening. They know I want to see that defense.
Moustakis with it now. Gets a screen by Dakota Scott. Moustakis now on Queen Hardaway. Gonna fire up the mid-range is Moustakis. Can't get it to go. Kanye Kardashian with the board over to Franco. Now here's Johnson with it. Johnson over to Dime Hardaway, working on Dakota Scott. Over to Queen Hardaway from the mid-range. Gets that to go. Baylor off to a quick 4-0 lead here, minute into this first quarter.
And Kansas has to be careful. Baylor, a top-ranked team. Kansas got to slow it down, take their time, and find good shots.
Jay Haley gets it to Aaron Mohan. Can't get that to go. Kardashian with the board gets it to Franco. Down to Queen Hardaway with the jam. Great transition bucket there by Baylor, up by 6 now.
Yeah.
Stock is over to Dakota Scott. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Moustakis with it now on Hardaway. Queen Hardaway gets it away, gets away from both of them. Moustakis comes up with it though. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Moustakis gonna have to fire this up from the logo. Little too short there. Dakota Scott comes up with the board, bucket, and the foul.
And that's one thing I love to see. I love to see a big man get a rebound, put the ball on the court with the power dribble, and go right back up.
Yeah, Dakota Scott gonna go to the line for 1 here after the foul by Dime Hardaway Jr. Kansas, bit of a slow start at the moment, find themselves down by 4. Look to cut that lead in half though, barring this 3-point play by Dakota Scott.
One shot.
Yeah, and Queen Hardaway did a good job hedging him, almost forcing that turnover, but just able to get a shot up, rebound, and then a bucket.
And Scott able to get that one to go. Lead cut in half, 2-3. Hardaway Jr. going to bring it up now for Baylor. Working on Moustakis. Finds Kobe Johnson on the wing. Has a bit of trouble corralling it. A drive in, almost draws the double. Fires up the mid-range, can't get it to go. Scott comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, Scott on the glass early.
Mohan with it now, finds Beans with the jam.
And Kansas has to fire back with everything Baylor's going to throw at them to stay in this game.
Here's Kobe Johnson wide open on the wing for 2, gets that to drop. Baylor up by 3 again here. Moustakis with it for Kansas. Finds Haley over on the opposite wing. Here's Mohan, wide open 3. Can't get that to go off the back iron. Hardaway with the rebound. Fires it over to Kobe Johnson. Here's Franco in the corner. Drives in, can't find anything there though. Gonna get fouled by Arrow Mohan, excuse me, and go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and Baylor getting bailed out right there on a bad shot. Just getting them airborne, getting that contact, and we're going to go to the line now.
Realized Baylor was coached by 21 Savage now.
21.
The things you see here in the CSBA. First one drops for Amari Brown. Not Amari Brown.
Almost a platoon
That is
swap
Louis
there.
Franco. I'm looking at the wrong roster. Brown coming in now for Kansas. As Franco goes perfect from the line here. Kansas now down by 5. Here's shooter Kip with it now, bringing it up for the Jayhawks. Gonna work on Wakabi, finds a bit of an opening, floater up in the lane, gets that to go. Shooter Kip firing off early off the bench for Kansas. Wakabi finds Queen Hardaway. Hardaway gonna pull it out, gets it over to Kobe Johnson. Shot clock winding down here. Here's Franco, gets it over to Wakabi. Wakabi gonna drive a little bit on shooter Kip, fires up the mid-range, can't get that to go. Amari Brown comes up with the board. This is just to Willie Leak. And Leak firing up the alley-oop to Thompson, who slams it home.
Yeah, great vision there from Lee, finding the cutter.
1 point lead now in favor of Baylor. Wakabi gets it poked away by Kip. Baylor able to recover it. Wakabi with it again here. Over to Madara Satoru. Back to Wakabi, wide open from the wing. Can't get that to fall. Thompson comes up with the board.
Kansas playing pretty good defense, but leaving the shooter open there. He's got to hit that shot.
And Thompson down low, gets fouled by Queen Hardaway. Can't get the bucket though, so Leonard Thompson now going to go to the line for 2. Baylor an opportunity to get the rest of their subs in as well.
And I love to see that. I love to see big men or guards or anybody attack the basket and try to get these defenders airbound.
Thompson not able to get the first shot to go. See the rest of the Baylor bench unit check in here. 3:38 to go in the first. Second free throw coming up for Leonard Thompson. Thompson splits the pair here. Tie ball game here in Lawrence. Here's Wakabi gonna bring it up.
And there's Julio coming off.
Yep, Willie Leak comes up with the board there. He gonna drive on Wakabi. Here's Amari Brown able to get that through. Tough bucket by Amari Brown gives Kansas their first lead of the night.
Yeah, and Kansas just hanging out right there around the paint on offense. A lot of points in the paint so far.
Here's Don Julio with it now. Good screen by Satoru. Floater in the lane, can't get that to go. Topeka Simmons comes up with the board, gets it over to shooter Kip. Wide open 3, bang!
Knocked down from downtown.
Kansas going on a bit of a run now. Wakabi bringing it up now for Baylor. Bears going to call a timeout here after the very, very swift run by the Jayhawks. Up 5 here, 2:47 left to go in the first quarter.
And if I'm Baylor, I'm just telling them to block out the crowd, play our game, settle down, and we're gonna be all right here.
Yeah, no surprise. Heavily Kansas biased crowd here tonight. Here's Don Julio from the wing, gonna drive it in. Gets it over to Wakabi on the wing. Finds Stuart Little. Gonna drive a bit, has to pick up his dribble, almost gets it knocked away. Don Julio able to pick it up. 5 seconds left of the shot clock. Gets it stolen away by Willie Leak though. Willie Leak gonna take it end to end. Nice little layup there by Leak through the contact. No foul called, but Kansas now up by 7.
Yeah, the cookie jar was definitely open right there, and Leak reached in and grabbed some cookies.
Yeah, Wakabi now gonna dance. Great defense again though by Kansas. Shooter Kip now gonna fire up from the mid-range. Can't get that to go. Topeka Simmons up with the offensive board. Don Julio comes down with it though. Here's Wakabi again. Working on Shooter Kip. Finds a bit of a double team. A drive into the lane, gonna hand it over to Green. Can't get that to go over two Kansas defenders. Amari Brown comes down with it. Baylor, no points in the past 3:15 here. Willie Leak with it over. Stuart Little can't get that to go. Madara Satoru comes down with the board. Here's Wakabi from the wing over the Little. Little fires it up for Don Julio. Alley-oop, no good. Great defense by Kansas as Kip comes down with the board.
Yeah, Brown swatted that away. He's going to get credited with the steal right there.
And defensive 3-second violation called on Madara Satoru. So a lot of mental mistakes here early for this Baylor Bears team.
Yeah, Baylor's forcing shots. They're not playing good defense.
Baylor gonna get called for a technical since we're inside 2 minutes, it looks like. So Leak gonna take the free throw. Kansas gonna maintain possession. Minute 18 left here in the first quarter. Kansas up by 8.
Kansas has to keep the foot on the gas here. They have to.
Here's Simmons with it now. Forced to pick up his dribble, fires it out to Shooter Kip, working on Wakabi. Shooter Kip fires it up from deep, no good. Green comes down with it. Wakabi over to Stuart Little. Back to Wakabi. Here's Don Julio. Wakabi again, little 1-2 dish there. High screen by Satoru. No shot comes out. Here's Green down to Satoru. Don Julio from the wing. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Julio gonna have to fire something up here and does from the elbow. Can't get that to go though as Leonard Thompson down with the rebound.
Yeah, Kansas doing everything they should on defense here. And putting a lot of pressure on the point guard, but there's a steal.
Yeah, steal there by Stuart Little, the walk-on. Can't find anything in transition. Here's Don Julio from the corner. Brings it out to the logo. 3 seconds separating shot and game clock. No ball movement here out of Baylor. You don't like to see that.
Maybe looking for a
high screen by Satoru. Fires up. Bang! Gets that to go is Don Julio from deep. And the three-quarter court heave, no good. So at the end of the first quarter, Kansas 18, Baylor 13. Stick around, CSBA. We'll be right back on Twitch. And we're back here from the Allen Fieldhouse in Loris, Kansas. Kyle, what do you think? Nick, what do you think Baylor needs to do to claw their way back into this one?
Well, they're not taking great shots. I think they're holding the ball too long. They need to get those rebounds and get out in transition and try to put some pressure on this Kansas defense.
Yeah, Julio with the bucket and the foul. So Baylor starting off strong here in the second quarter as Don Julio trying to carry the team on his back here, playing some extended minutes off the bench to start the quarter. And three-point play complete for Baylor, down by 2 here. Not even 15 seconds into this second quarter. Here's Moustakis with it now for Kansas, over to Dakota Scott. Back to Moustakis, working on Hardaway Jr. Gives it over to Beans off the wing. Here's Scott with a bit of a mismatch here. Fires up the sky hook and gets it to drop.
And Kansas has to keep feeding it into the post.
Time Hardaway now over to Kardashian. Kardashian to Julio on the wing. Gets it tipped away, able to keep a handle on it though. Finds Hardaway Jr. in the key, a little up and under action, gets that to go. Great take there by Dime Hardaway Jr. Here's Moustakis with it now. It's tipped away, almost stolen. Will be a turnover though. Great active hands by the likes of Kanye Kardashian. See a handful of substitutions now here for Baylor.
Yeah, here comes the starting five back out here.
Hardaway now going to bring it up after the inbound. Finds 3 men on him down low. Finds Queen Hardaway, though. Nice mid-range shot there by Queen Hardaway. Ties this up, I believe, for Baylor now.
Yeah, Queen Hardaway's been doing a phenomenal job on the offensive side in the paint, and also playing good defense as well.
Here's Arrow Mohan, who finds the shot over Queen Hardaway and Kobe Johnson. Hardaway now, Queen with a wide open 3, can't get that to drop. Haley with the board. Here's Arrow Mohan with a bit of a fadeaway, can't get that to drop. Dakota Scott with the board, gets knocked away by Queen Hardaway.
Great defense.
Baylor with an opportunity in transition here. Doesn't opt to take it. Here's Franco on the wing. Finds Kardashian down low, bit of a mismatch. And able to get that to drop over Moustakis.
Timeout, timeout.
Jayhawks gonna call a timeout now here as Baylor has clawed their way back in. Tie ball game here in Lawrence.
Yeah, and you think once you get that mismatch in the post, you gotta collapse and try to help out there. Do not want to give that.
An extended breather here for us in the booth. Kansas on the inbound. Gonna find Moustakis in the corner. Over to Arrow Mohan. Now Jack Haley. Back to Moustakis from the wing. Gets that 3 down. Bang! .25-22 here now here in favor of the Jayhawks. 5:10 to go in the second quarter. Here's a wide open Kobe Johnson on the wing. Can't get that to go though. In the corner, actually, excuse me. Here's Moustakis. Shot no good. Kardashian up with the board. Chance for Baylor here in transition. Here's Franco over to Dime Hardaway. Lob up to Kardashian with a nice little reverse layup through the bucket.
Yeah, like I was saying, I wanted to see Baylor get out in transition, and that's exactly what they've done.
Here's Dakota Scott, fires it up for 3, bang!
And knocked down from downtown.
Great effort there by Dakota Scott with a man in his face to knock down the tray ball. It's all good. Jayhawks up by 4 now. 4:35 left to go in this second quarter. Hardaway gonna bring it up now for Baylor. And Hardaway gonna take it himself, gets fouled by Moustakis, so Dime Hardaway Jr. gonna go to the line for 2. Big up Ray with those 5 gifted subs. Much appreciated, my friend. As always.
And Hardaway sinking the first one, yep.
Yeah, first one good there for Dime Hardaway.
And Corey Mizu. That's you, right?
That's me. Yeah, can't leave KT hanging like that. How much they do for the league. Plus, I know how annoying those ads can be when you're trying to check in.
Fact.
Hardaway goes 2 for 2 from the line. 28-26 now in favor of the Jayhawks. 4:25 left to go. Here's Moustakis, finds Dakota Scott wide open with the jam.
And then you can see the maturity between that and the first quarter, because Moustakis would have tipped that himself. And now kind of waking up, using his passing skills.
Hardaway with it now. Kobe Johnson with the fadeaway. Can't get that to drop. Jack Haley with the board. Jack Haley with it now, working on Kanye Kardashian. Here's Arrow Mohan. from the wing, bang.
The downtown knockdown.
Kansas shooting the three very effectively. Here's Hardaway gonna drive in, mid-range shot, can't get that to go. Jack Haley with the board. Is it over to Moustakas in transition, gets that layup up and in. Watch out, Kansas now up by 9 here.
Yeah, Moustakas just playing bully ball there, putting his head down and getting to the cup.
Here's Hardaway, gets the post over Scott, gets her own board, can't get that to go though. Dakota Scott with the rebound. Hardaway's got 6. Mohan fires it back out to Moustakas. Back over to Mohan. And low time on the shot clock. Mohan gonna have to fire up an odd looking lay-in. Can't get it to go. Here's Queen Hardaway from mid-range. Gets that to drop in transition. Baylor now down by 7.
And Hardaway's been trying to keep Baylor in this game as we get the timeout there.
Timeout called by Kansas, I believe, up 7 with 2:30 here to go. Nick, any advice for Baylor here with their bench unit coming on with 2:30 left in the second?
They just got to get stops and scores. Pretty simple. Like they've been getting outclassed by Kansas here.
Yeah, Willie Leak with it now, working on Stuart Little. Finds Thompson at the wing, gets it over to shooter Kip, fires up the shot, can't get it to go. Green with the board.
They also can't be putting those errant shots in like the starting unit has.
Here's Don Julio, Stuart Little from deep. No good there. Topeka Simmons comes down with the defensive board. Gonna find shooter Kip with the reverse layup, up and in. Kansas back up by 9. Kip's got 7.
Kip definitely providing a spark off the bench. And look at that. And there's a backcourt.
Backcourt by Don Julio, who tried to get that corralled after Kip tipped it away from Wakabi. Again, a lot of mental mistakes here early for this Baylor team. Not something we're used to seeing out of them here, especially in this first half.
Well, you gotta consider this is also conference play. Could be sort of a rivalry. You know, they're gonna play harder for sure.
Thompson with the mismatch on Wakabi, goes around and through. Kansas now with a double-digit lead with 1:15 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Kansas trying to run away with this thing now.
Here's Don Julio. A look to drive in, pulls a bit of a triple team there. Wakabi with it now. Find a high screen by Satoru. Wakabi gonna have to fire it up from the stripe. No good. Amari Brown with the board. Pika Simmons finds Willie Weak for 3. No good. Kip up with the offensive board. Finds himself smothered on double team, but gets it up and through regardless. Kip now with 9 points on the night.
Yeah, Kansas just stepping on the pedal here.
Set up for Stuart Little. Finds Don Julio off the 2. No good. Amari Brown with the board over to Kip. 4 seconds separating shot and game clock here. Shooter Kip gonna drive in, fires it up for Amari Brown. What an oop.
That was a bad man right there. Flying through the sky.
On Julio gonna bring it up for Baylor. 12 seconds left to go. Kansas up by 15. Fires it over to Wakabi. Knocks down the long 2. They're going to call him foot on the line there. And so at the end of the first half, Kansas 43, Baylor 30. As we will go to the halftime show, Nick going to break down this first half.
Yeah.
Nick, talk to him.
Man, I loved what I saw from Kansas in terms of ball movement. You know, they started out slow, trying to force, but they kind of settled into their offense. They've been on the glass all night. They've scored off the bench. and they forced Baylor into some bad shots, rush shots, you know, running out of time on the shot clock. On the other side, I like what Queen Hardaway's done, trying to keep Baylor in the game here. But their three-point shooting has been horrible, like horrible. So many wide open lifts that they've missed.
Yeah, part of me, and me and Wire discussed it last week. Kind of surprised that Baylor's kind of sticking with the live or die by the three, considering they have the likes of Kardashian and Queen Hardaway, some really big presence down low. But again, we discussed it, missing the likes of a Julius to kind of fill the gaps that this Baylor team is kind of missing. Back in the Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas, Jayhawks with a 13-point lead over the 12th ranked Baylor Bears.
And I think how
Baylor
responds here is going to determine the rest of the game. If they roll over and die, they'll just continue to get pushed around by this Kansas team.
Kardashian able to get something going into the post. Nice to see Kardashian getting involved here for Baylor early in this third quarter. Here's Beans on the wing. Finds Haley on the opposite side. Down in the post to Dakota Scott working on Hardaway. Nice double team by her and Kardashian. Forcing the miss. Kardashian with the board. Here's Franco gonna get the foul, but no bucket there. This is going to be Louis Franco to the line, gets fouled by Billy Beans.
And I don't hate that foul. You don't want to give an easy look at the paint, especially when your guy has no fouls on him. No, one foul there is not a big deal.
And 2 for 2 goes Louis Franco. Cuts this lead back down into single digits for Kansas. Beans on the wing. Finds the mismatch. Dakota Scott working on Franco. Little spin move there in the post, gets that down. Scott's got 12 tonight. Here's Hardaway with it, finds Johnson. Great move there by Kardashian, gets blocked though. Kansas gonna take it the other way. Mohan with the board. Nice tip there though by Louis Franco. Gonna go out of bounds though. Kansas gonna maintain possession.
Yeah, and Johnson has attacked the basket better than that's like a middle school layup.
Immediate inbound to Jack Haley in the post. Fires up the shot, immediately gets fouled by Kardashian. So Jack Haley gonna take his first appearance to the line tonight.
At the line for 2.
As Haley knocks down the first here, 12-point lead now for the Jayhawks. 6:41 left to go in this third quarter. Last game of the night here in the CSBA. Last game this week of Big 12 action as Haley goes perfect from the stripe.
And don't look, but Kansas is up 13 now.
Franco bringing it up now for Baylor. Finds a bit of an opening, finds a cutting Hardaway who jams it down.
And good job finding the big man on the cut.
Here's Billy Beans on the wing. Gets a screen from Haley. Gets it slapped away though by Kardashian. Great defense by the big man down low. Here's Hardaway with it now on Moustakis. Mismatch around here somewhere. I think Franco from the wing. No good. Kardashian though with the offensive board. Gets stripped though by Haley. Scott comes up with it. Here's Beans from the wing. No good. Loose ball foul on Jack Haley. So Baylor gonna get possession regardless here. Baylor now with an opportunity to set up the play, find something they don't like though, so they're gonna call a timeout here. They're down by 11, 5:50 left in the third. Kardashian now to check it in. Finds Franco in the corner. Kardashian now over to Hardaway. Hardaway to Hardaway Jr.
If I'm Hardaway, I'm pulling up right there.
Johnson with it now from the corner. Back over to Hardaway. Gets the screen from Kardashian. Fires it up from deep three. No good. Kardashian with the board. Gets blocked. Queen Hardaway over to Kobe Johnson for three. No good again. Here's Kardashian. Puts it back up. Finally, Baylor able to get it to go, down by 9.
Yeah, great job on the glass, getting like the 5th and 6th and 7th opportunities down there, it felt like.
Yep, Kansas now going to call timeout.
And for me, this is just a simple regroup, get back focused, and take care of business here.
Yeah, very strong possession there by Baylor. You would like to see more of those 3 shots drop for the Bears. Here's a wide open Mora from the corner, no good. And here's Dime Hardaway, bang from the top of the key.
Baylor trying to get back
in transition there by Dime Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, they're trying to get back in this thing little by little.
Here's Moustakis now. Finally dribbles it, fires up the 3, bang!
The downtown knockdown. You love to see it. These point guards trading buckets here.
I'm Hardaway now. Kobe Johnson wide open for a deep 2, no good. Dakota Scott comes down with it, gets it over to Arrow Mora. Working on Hardaway. Here's Moustakis. Jack Haley now. Over to Moustakis. Floater in the lane is good. The Moose cooking here for Kansas. Hardaway with it now. Has a bit of space. Opts knocked to take the 3. Here's Johnson going to fire it up from deep. Gets that to drop.
And Johnson's just now getting started. He was really absent in the first half.
Lead back down to 9. Here's Scott, gets blocked by Kanye Kardashian. Great defense by Baylor there. Here's Hardaway Jr. now. Got to fire it up for Queen with the jam. Hardaway and Scott both with 12 tonight for their respective teams. Here's the Moose over to Mohan. The screen from Dakota Scott. Bit of a mismatch there in the post between Kobe Johnson and Dakota Scott. Mora finally getting it down to him. Great help defense there by Hardaway, but Dakota Scott gets the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, Hardaway getting there late. I thought the foul was going to be on Hardaway, but great fadeaway, great leaner. And now let's see if we can convert the M1.
Yeah, can't blame you there. Foul, though, instead called on Kobe Johnson. So Dakota Scott, the power forward, big power forward here for Kansas, going to go to the line to complete the 3-point play. And does so. 10-point lead now in favor of the Jayhawks. And Kansas has looked incredibly dominant all night tonight. Simmons going to get called for an off-ball personal. Kansas going to, Baylor going to keep possession here. Dakota Scott going to go ahead and have a seat on the bench. Here's Satoru on the inbound to Wakabe.
Wakabe's got to get out of that corner. That's not a spot to be at.
Finds Don Julio, gets the screen from Satoru. Doesn't find him, finds Green instead. Gets it off the glass, no good. Thompson with the board. Here's Topeka Simmons for Kansas. Finds Willie Leak. And can't get that to go over Stuart Little. Great defense there by Amari Brown. Gets it over to Willie Leak. Here's Topeka Simmons. High screen here for Kansas. Forced to pick up his dribble. Gets it over to Shooter Kip. Pick and roll by Thompson. Doesn't take it. And what a three ball by Willie Leak.
Yeah, he was completely ready for that and knew he was going to shoot it upon catching it. Shot it with confidence.
Yep, here's Wakabi, gets it tipped away by Shooter Kip. Thompson comes up with it. Here's Topeka Simmons with the layup in the lane. Kansas now up by 15.
They're slowly pulling away. Baylor's got to figure it out now.
Indeed, they do. Wakabi over to Toru. Now Don Julio. Down low to Green, working on Shooter Kip. Post move there, no good. Kip now with it. Kip gonna drive a bit on Wakabi. Gets it over to Willie Leak now. Got a man open at the wing. Here's Topeka Simmons for three. No good. Green comes down with the board. Gets it over to Don Julio. Julio finds Green open down low. What a jam.
Slammed it like a man possessed.
Green. Yeah, Green picking up his first bucket of the night there. Here's Leak. Tries to get it through. Nice defense by Satoru. Here's Wakabi. Tries to get it through. Kip, no good. Green with it. Gets blocked away by Thompson. Baylor, though, going to maintain possession here. Satoru going to check it in for Baylor here after Thompson swats the Wakabi effort out of bounds. Here's Matt Green. Green behind the back to Little. Screen there from Julio. Second left on the shot clock. Turnaround J by Stuart Little. No good. Thompson comes down with it. Over to Topeka Simmons. Dumps it down to Shooter Kip. Here's Amari Brown over Matt Green. Can't get the bucket, but draws the foul on Green. So Brown going to go to the line for two. Kansas still up by 13. 26 seconds left to go. Going to be 2 seconds separating shot and game clock here.
And once again,
Nick, what do you think of this one so far?
I mean, at the other end, they're still forcing bad shots. Like, I saw a fade away from Green on Kip when he should have just overpowered him into the paint. That's contributing to this lead right now from Kansas. And on the other end, Kansas going up in the paint. Now they're at the foul line shooting free throws.
Indeed. The first one down for Amari Brown. Just unintentionally rhymed.
That's all right. Maybe you got a rap career after this.
Nah, I'm too white for that. Complexion's like sour cream.
Nice. Sour cream.
Yeah, I'm whiter than these Kansas jerseys.
Uh-oh.
As Amari Brown goes 2 for 2. Julio gonna bring it up for Baylor. 22 seconds left to go. Again, 2 seconds separating shot and game clock here. Again, no ball movement, no off-ball movement here for Baylor.
Here we go. We got a little bit of movement.
There's some movement now. Julio, high screen by Satoru, gonna fire up the contested three from the logo. Satoru with the baby hook, though, off the offensive board, gets that to fall. And at the end of your third quarter, Kansas 62, Baylor 49. Get those fours up in chat. CSBA will be right back. State Farm assists the game coming up here or not. All right. Guess State Farm's taking it lazy this final game of the night. So Willie Leak bring it up for Kansas, working on Stuart Little. Finds the screen. Going to be a jump ball here between Willie Leak and Matt Green. power forward on shooting guard. As Leak comes down with the win. Wakabi with it now. Working on Kip, finds Julio, back to Wakabi. Fires up the oop to Julio, gets snatched away by Topeka Simmons, who finds Amari Brown, who jams it home. Great transition offense by Kansas.
And Browns look pretty good too off the bench.
Timeout, timeout.
Baylor gonna take a timeout here to regroup, down by 15, 7:20 left to go in this fourth quarter. And I'll be honest with you, Nick, Baylor has just felt off all night tonight.
I don't know if the crowd's gotten to them or just maybe they came out thinking that Kansas was just going to roll over and let them do whatever they wanted, but definitely not the case tonight.
It could be an experiment potentially gone awry as well for Baylor. As Wakabi with it now, a bit of a soft screen by Green. Satoru gets it over to Don Julio in the wing. Finds Green down low, turnaround jumper, gets that to drop. Finally something going Baylor's way.
Timeout,
And if you
timeout.
just look, Baylor's not shot well in the second half. Not really well in the first half either, but
If Kansas gonna call a timeout up by 13. Here's Mustakis over to Willie Leak. Finds Amari Brown, gets blocked by Queen Hardaway.
yeah, Brown tried to go up, but oh,
And then dime Hardaway to Louis Franco in transition.
Brown tried to get Hardaway airborne, but it didn't work, and the result was a swat.
Here's Willie Leak, finds Amari Brown working on Queen Hardaway. Finds the opening in the lane. Nice block there, though, by Kardashian. Great defense here early in this fourth quarter. Here's Queen Hardaway. Can't knock that one down. Billy Beans comes up with the board. As that shot by Haley blocked by Queen Hardaway again. And Hardaway gonna look to go end to end. Finds Hardaway in the corner. Hardaway gonna drive. Finds Louis Franco. Baylor gonna take some time to set things up. High screen here by Hardaway. Here's Louis Franco from mid-range, gets that to go. Baylor now quick 9-0 run here, or 9-2 run here to start this fourth quarter.
There's still plenty of time for Baylor to mount a comeback here.
Here's Billy Beans over to Willie Leak. Finds Amari Brown. Manages to get the shot around Kardashian and draws the foul as well. As Amari Brown gonna go back to the line here for 2 shots. Gets the first to go. Substitutions, we'll see Dakota Scott check in, as well as Arrow Mora, or Mohan rather. Stop mixing up these names, I swear.
It's a lot of players.
That is true. And Amari Brown, perfect from the line again. So Kansas up by 11. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Hardaway now with a screen from Kardashian.
Maybe looking for a little
They do
separation.
have that mismatch. They don't opt to look for it yet. Here's Louis Franco gonna drive in, has to pick up his dribble, tries to get it through 2, blocked away by Dakota Scott. Scott over to the Moose. Here's Amari Brown, gets it through Hardaway, bucket and the foul.
Brown is looking really good off the bench here. Really good.
Yeah, Amari Brown has done a great job kind of drawing multiple fouls on a number of different pairs. So we get a great look at the Jayhawks logo in midcourt for some reason.
Because I only pressing a button.
Caught the cameraman sleeping.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the call sheet.
And Amari Brown gonna get the and one converted. So Kansas now up by 14. Louis Franco gonna bring it up for the Bears. Finds Johnson. Bring it out to the corner. Looking to drive in on more. Finds Kardashian from mid-range. Gets that to drop.
Yeah, these bigger men hitting these mid-range shots. Definitely trying to keep Baylor in this game.
Here's Mohan over to Billy Beans working. Here's Moustakis wide open from the key. Bang!
They continue to pull away.
Here's Dime, gets that snatched away by Amari Brown. Great transition D though by Baylor, but Brown able to find a running Dakota Scott there for the lay-in. High screen now by Kardashian. Double team here for Hardaway. Finds Kobe Johnson in the corner. Can't get that to go. Here's Mohan, fires it up with the fadeaway, no good. Kardashian down with it. Johnson over to Queen Hardaway, has the open lane, finds Louis Franco in the corner, bang!
Yeah, and Hardaway with great vision there. Could have went up but saw the three-pointer in the corner.
14-point lead now here for Kansas. Billy Beans with it on the wing, working on Franco, over to Amari Brown. Down to the post to Dakota Scott, working on Kardashian, can't get it to go. Kardashian with the board. Over to Hardaway, here's Kobe Johnson for three, bang! Never mind, that's a two, they're calling foot on the line.
Baylor closed it to 12 on that one.
Yep, here's Moustakis here, gives it over to Brown, gets it almost stuffed away by Queen Hardaway, but Amari Brown finds himself to the charity stripe again tonight.
And he's living there.
Handful of fouls each on both Hardaways and Kanye Kardashian. Brown with 13 tonight, at least half of that from the stripe. Misses the first though, so no longer perfect from free throw range tonight. Shot for Brown up and no good, so 0 for 2 there on that trip for Amari Brown. Here's Kobe Johnson dancing on Moustakis, over to Kardashian.
Kardashian trying to figure out, was looking for that.
Finds Franco on the feed. What a sight to see from Baylor.
Timeout, timeout.
And as we go to a timeout, the biggest thing I can see is Baylor's bigs do a great job of passing the ball. Great vision.
Yeah, was not expecting that lob from Kardashian to Franco, but Baylor finally displaying some great off-ball movement. Jordan Brand, player of the game, no question about it, going over to Amari Brown with 13 points tonight.
Yeah.
Again, done a great job getting to the foul line for Kansas tonight.
Yeah, and Amari Brown coming in this game averaging 2 points a game. Exploded tonight.
Here's Arrow Mohan, finds Jack Haley, has a hard time corralling the pass. Beans over to Scott, over to Moustakis. High screen by Jack Haley. Moustakis gonna drive. Hardaway tries for the charge, can't get it though. Moustakis now with 15. Here's Kobe Johnson on Arrow Mora, gonna drive with the ISO. Gets that swatted away though by Jack Haley. Dakota Scott down with it now here for Kansas. Here's Moustakis for three, bang!
Looks like this is gonna.
High
That's gonna do
octane
it.
offense here for the Jayhawks. Here's Dime Hardaway, finds Kobe Johnson on the other end. Minute 45 left to go. Baylor down by 15. Kobe Johnson gonna fire it up for three, no good. Jack Haley brings it down, gets it over to the Moose. Moustakis to Dakota Scott for three. No good. Rebound tipped away. Finally corralled by Hardaway, or by Kardashian. Gets it to Johnson from mid-range. Gets that to go in transition.
And Johnson never really got started tonight either.
Or going to bring it up slow here for Mohan, rather. Going to bring it up slow here for Kansas. Minute 10 left to go. Here's Billy Beans. Being on Franco over to the Moose. Here's the screen from Dakota Scott. Moose going to drive and stops and pops the mid-range over Queen Hardaway. Moustakis with 20 points now, 10 points in this quarter alone. Hardaway now, pump fake with it, gets the double team. Johnson gonna fire it up for three, bang!
All right, too little too late for Baylor here. They're just trying to build on something for the next game.
I agree. Quick reminder, you don't forget to grab the screens of the box score after this one.
I'm on it.
Appreciate you. Kobe Johnson gonna just straight drive through everyone. Can't get it to go. Kardashian though with the putback jam. And too little too late. Baylor down by 12, 23 seconds left to go. 2 seconds separating shot clock and game clock in this one to end it. Baylor gonna find a wide open Beans from the wing. No good. Queen Hardaway down with the board. Fine. Franco just gonna fire it up for two. No good.
That should do it.
Moustakis with the board, and that's gonna do it here tonight. Kansas just gonna dribble this one out. Your final here from Lawrence, Kansas. Jayhawks 83, Baylor 71. Don't go anywhere. We'll break down the team comparison and box scores after this. CSBA live on Twitch. We'll be right back. Get a look now at the team comparison. Anything specific stick out to you here, Nick?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is look at the bench points there. Baylor's bench has been non-existent for the most part.
Yeah, Baylor's bench only 14 points tonight. Not a great night for them. Three-pointers, a bit of a contributor as well. 12 more points there for Baylor. 14 trips to the line for Kansas as well. Pretty even across all the other categories. Except, didn't see that though. 8 steals for Kansas compared to just 3 for Baylor. Also 13 points on 9 turnovers for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, so there was a couple times where I saw Baylor would turn the ball over and get out in transition and then just pull up and stop. I would have liked to see them go to the paint and try to make something there.
Yeah, efficiency really picked up for Baylor, especially at the end, I believe. But it was a bit too little, too late, as Kansas just kind of pulled ahead and never looked back in this one. So we'll go now to the box score. Take us through. Let's go with Baylor first, actually. Take us through the Baylor Bears here. Louis Franco finishing 13 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists on 4 of 7 shooting. Queen Hardaway, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 dimes, and a block on 6 of 11. Kanye Kardashian picks up a double-double, 12 points, 13 boards, an assist, a steal, and 2 blocks. Kobe Johnson, 11 points and an assist. Dime Hardaway almost with a double-double as well. 9 points, 3 rebounds, 9 dimes. Don Julio finishing 6 points, 1 board, 4 assists. Matt Green, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Chalo Akabi just with 2 points tonight. Madara Satoru, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. And Stuart Little going to round it out for Baylor with a rebound and a steal. Nick, if you want to go ahead and take us through the Jayhawks.
Yeah, looking at Kansas, Moustakis with 20 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. Shot pretty efficiently. Dakota Scott 17 and 7 with 2 assists and a block. Ace Brown, the player of the game, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 steals. He was all over the place.
Yeah, 5 of 7 from the free throw line as well.
Right. Shooter Kip, 1 of 3 from 3-point. Felt like he hit more than that, but 9 points, 2 assists, a rebound still. Willie Leak, 6 and 3 assists, 1 rebound. Arrow Mohan, he had 5, 2 and 2. Leonard Thompson, 5, 4 and 1 block. Jack Haley, 4 and 4 with 3 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. Pretty well-rounded stat right there, stat line. Billy Beans, 2-1-1 and a turnover. And then Topeka Simmons, 2, 3 and 4 assists.
And that will about do it here in Lawrence, Kansas. Again, the unranked Jayhawks upset the number 12th ranked Baylor Bears. So a couple surprising upsets here tonight with TCU beating Texas Tech earlier. Of course, CSBA, stick around. We've got SEC action coming tomorrow. Kentucky going over to Florida to face the Gators. Ole Miss versus Tennessee, and Auburn going to round it out against LSU. Nick, any last words for the CSBA faithful?
And I think you covered it. I enjoyed being in the booth tonight.
Much appreciated to you, my friend. For Nick in the booth, this has been Aaron Hughes. CSBA, appreciate you sticking around. Peace.